Sorry for me repeatedly touching my face in this video annoys you. It's a habit I have, particularly when I'm filming YouTube videos. And I know how bad it is with this virus going around as well, but here's a video. Hey everyone, Joey here, aka Animus, and today I'm just going to do a little short video because I wanted to share my crazy kind of dumb experience I had at the record shop last week, and also talk about all things Record Store Day because that's coming up fairly soon. So yeah, so basically last Sunday, Banquet Records, this shop I have on my t-shirt, my local record shop, as many of you already know. I absolutely love that place. All their shows they put on and stuff are absolutely brilliant. So in the build up to Record Store Day, they had this £5 LP sale to get rid of some stock so that they had room for stuff to come in. Now, I saw that this was advertised as an event on their page, so I thought it might have a bit of a crowd of people coming to it, but I really couldn't be sure because it was just a sale, so I thought it might just be a little thing that was going on there rather than an event. So, yeah, I was getting there for 12 at the opening time. And I was kind of going, will there be a queue, will there not? My parents were telling me that there wouldn't, it would be fine. But after my slightly horrific last Record Store Day experience, where I did not realise how big a thing Record Store Day was, and the only reason that I ended up getting this Orbital 12-inch I so badly wanted was because of this nice Aussie guy at the front of the queue who was willing to go in and get it for me, even though I hadn't actually made it to the front of the queue. I was kind of dreading that it would be like that again. And it was. Yeah, I came there and the queue was snaking all the way back to the car park, all the way along the road, and I was just like, shall I do this? And I decided, yeah, why not? I had no idea what was going to be there, but I decided to persist with it. I joined the back of the queue and I stood there. So yeah, this was midday, just after it had opened, and they were letting in groups of people to fill the shop, so like every 20 minutes or so the queue would inch forward a little bit. So yeah, a pretty slow pace. So eventually I realised what I just got myself into. But I'm a pretty persistent guy. I don't give up that easily, so I stayed there. And the problem was I had nothing to do because I hadn't prepared for this, so my dad had to even take my mum home and then came all the way back, and I took the opportunity to get my headphones so I could listen to music to pass the time. But, like, in all that time that he took to go back, I'd only walked, say, like 5 to 10 metres, but I kept going. Finally, I actually rounded the corner onto the street where the shop actually was. By this point, my back was really starting to hurt, and I had to let my dad stand in place for me and have a break to go to the toilet, and then my dad said, do you want to go out to the shops just to move around a bit? And I said, no, I'm fine. So he went out on his own. He went round all of these shops, and in all this time, I was still just inching forwards. Not sure what was keeping me motivated. Maybe it was the thoughts in my head like, what if they have Orbital's Monsters Exist for £5? What if they have Burials Untrue for £5? Maybe it was my lunch. Maybe it was the Minecraft soundtrack. Don't judge. That soundtrack is freaking great. Don't argue with me. But finally, I got to the front. Do you want to know what time it was by the time I got to the front? 3:20. I waited 3 hours and 20 minutes for a £5 sale. What am I doing with my life? So yeah, it was okay. Like, it is great to have LPs for £5 each or 5 for £20. That was an amazing offer. The LPs in there weren't all that great, but I managed to get some stuff. Coming back home, I felt like I'd just run a marathon even though I'd just been standing there that whole time. I was exhausted. But here's what I got. Here's the album Portrait with Firewood by, I don't know if you say it, Drum. I'm pretty sure it's not DJ Rum because that would be a bit of a stupid name. I love this album. It's some really interesting electronic compositions. And there's cello on this album, which I love. I'm a cellist myself. I love the sound of this instrument. This artwork looks incredible as well. I'm not sure exactly who did these paintings, but they're really cool. This thing that looks almost like a skull or an animal head, but not quite. It's pretty interesting. Got a 10-inch single of Leave a Trace by the Scottish synth-pop band Churches. It's actually the only 10-inch single I own. Yeah, it's a really fun pop track. The Fortet remix is great as well, on the B-side. And there's one more thing I really got for myself, but I'll show that later, you'll see why. So my dad also got an album by the Penguin Cafe Orchestra called Union Cafe. I listened to this thing, it's pretty cool. And it's not orchestra like the Electric Light Orchestra, who aren't an orchestra at all. It is classical music, but it's a bit of a twist on it. It's sort of a bit jazzy, there are lots of fusions of different genres. Yeah, I like some of the tracks on here. It's on this really cool clear vinyl, which I like as well. There's also a download card for a collection of tracks from the label that they're on called Erased Tapes, which has some artists that I like on it, actually. Rival Consoles! Rival Consoles! What? What does Rival Consoles have to do with the Penguin Cafe Orchestra? I mean, I love Rival Consoles, but I cannot believe he's on the same label as these guys. He sounds nothing like them. Yeah, I should listen to that. And I also got something else, but it was a present for one of my friends, and I don't want to show it in this video in case they watch it, so looking forward to see how he reacts to that. Okay, now, this is the thing.
No, this is.
So I saw this LP in there. Underworld's Tonight Alive. I was like, great, it's an Underworld LP I've never heard of. Better get this. Wow, it came out in 2018. I thought Barbara Barbara came out in 2015 and Drift Series 1, their next project, came out in 2019. Funny that. Whoa, look, it's on white, yellow and black vinyl. Banquet exclusive, hooray! Now, if you know this album or you've worked out from the stuff I've saying, you can tell the mistake I made. It's not an album called Tonight Alive by Underworld. It's an album called Underworld by Tonight Alive. Oof! Oh, I'm so annoyed I did this. I was so happy that I got it. It's weird, there seems to be some sort of curse that albums I like never seem to be pressed on coloured vinyl. Ugh. So, eBay it is. Hopefully I'll get money back from that. I guess after all it was only £5. So yeah, that was my stupid experience I had on Sunday. Now I'd like to take this opportunity to talk about Record Store Day. So I'd been definitely planning to get up very early, like 5 AM even, to go out and go to Record Store Day, get some stuff from there, do a vlog about it and post it on the channel, and yeah, I thought that would have been really fun. But recently I've just decided that I'm not doing it this year. It's nothing to do with the reschedule to June rather than April because of the coronavirus and some other stuff. It's because, see, the releases were announced really recently. I had a look through all of them and I found, well, quite a few things that caught my eye, but I decided I was going to get The Chemical Brothers with the Avalanche's Surrender to Love mix. By the way, I reviewed Out of Control Surrender to Love mix, and I said in that video that there was going to be, like, they were saying there was going to be another bigger project, and this is what it's going to be. A 12-minute epic of the Avalanches remixing loads of different tracks from the Chemical Brothers' 1999 third album, Surrender. As a massive fan of both of these bands, this seemed like something targeted right at me to get me hyped. So I was definitely going to get this one. And then I also wanted to get Cascade by the Future Sound of London, which is a track from Lifeforms that they're going to give the same treatment as Yaga, however you say it, that thing they did last year, turning it into a multi-part suite the length of a full album. So then these popped up on the Banquet Records website, and I don't know who decides the prices, if it's the Record Store Day company themselves or the record shops. But first of all, the Avalanches and Chemical Brothers 12-inch was £18. Yes, 18, you heard that right. Like, this is normal LP price, and it's just a normal 12-inch. Like, no matter how exciting it is that it's out, I'm not spending £18 on a 12-inch single. And then the Future Sound of London one was 28 as well. Someone's really ramped the prices up here. So as much as I thought it would be fun to do the whole record store day experience, it's just not worth it. If I was gonna have to spend, what would it be, like £45 on those two things? Like, Jesus. Besides, I could probably just get them second-hand or new afterwards for a much cheaper price and not have to wake up at 5 in the morning to go there. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm gonna give it a miss this year. I'm gonna be finally finishing editing this collab review over the weekend, and then probably by next weekend, I want to put out my best albums of 2019. Yes, I know how insanely late these all are. I can't help it. Yeah, I'll try and get it out as fast as I can, but realistically, don't expect me to film and edit it in under a week. So yeah, that's all for today. See you next time.